So here we have chemical or a physical change. That's quite basic concept. Now physical change you can reverse. So in the picture here we've got solid, liquid and gas. We use water as an example. So the solid of water is ice, the liquid of water is water, and the gas of water is steam. So we've got a solid, which is ice, a liquid, say water, and a gas, which is steam. And that's the same for all elements. There is a solid, there is a liquid, and there is a gas. Now we can look at the differences between them and how they change. So obviously from a solid to a liquid, so ice to water, we melt, so it's called melting. From water back to a solid, ice, that's freezing. We should know those. We know about melting chocolate and we know about freezing things in the freezer at home. Now from a liquid to a gas, it's evaporation. You could say boiling, but we say evaporation. And from a gas, so from steam back to water, you see it in your bathroom on the mirrors and the windows, you've got condensation. There are two at the bottom, which we don't really need at foundation, but they do exist. So to change directly from a solid into a gas, we call it sublimation, and change directly from a gas into a solid, missing the liquid stage, is deposition. So those are the things. Now a physical change you can reverse, and we'll look at that in a second. Now, what we need to remember here is that a chemical change can't be reversed. So for example, a chemical change would be a fried egg, can't go back to being a raw egg. So you've chemically changed the raw egg into a fried egg. You can't pick up the fried egg and then go, right, I'll change it back into a raw egg. Just not possible. But physical change is easily reversed. So water can become ice, ice can become water, steam can become water, and water can become steam. A cake, a chocolate gâteau for example, cannot go back to being sugar, eggs and cake mix. It has chemically changed. Key concept, physical changes can be reversed, and they're the changes between solid, liquid and gas. Chemical changes can't be reversed. They permanently change an object or something. So things at different temperatures, so they change at different temperatures. So ice, the solid, becomes water, a liquid at 0 degrees Celsius. So if you want to put water into ice, you freeze it down to 0 degrees and it changes from the liquid into the solid, from the water to the ice. Now copper, a metal, solid, now that becomes a liquid at 1085 degrees Celsius, which is incredibly hot. Okay, so water becomes steam at 100 degrees, which is not that hot, very dangerous for humans, but certainly not 1085. Now copper becomes a gas at 2562 degrees, which is ludicrously hot. It's about half the temperature of the sun. Now, considering when it's 40 degrees outside, it's too hot for humans, this is a very high temperature, 2562. Now, water will change state with low temperatures, copper with very high temperatures. And obviously this is why when you boil water in a pan, your saucepans don't melt, but the water does boil. So the water will become steam, but the metal just gets a bit hotter.